Texas. Jay, DeMar DeRozan fell in love with Toronto as a player and a person. Now, the worst places to go than San Antonio and what they built. But no question, DeRozan's playing with a chip on his shoulder.
He most definitely is, and he will embrace Greg Popovich and also the San Antonio Spurs. But that trade really affected him. And to all the fans out there that said, well, you got a lot of money, who cares? I'm going to read you what DeMar DeRozan said. He said, people say, what are you depressed about? You can buy anything you want. I wish everyone in the world was rich so they would realize money isn't everything. It's about loyalty for DeMar DeRozan.
DeRozan with it. He'll run the offense. DeMar DeRozan missed his first. That one goes. Beyond DeMar DeRozan's game is his character. This is a guy who's become easy to root for.
And it's been a character-building opportunity for him his entire life. I love the fact that Double D has used his platform to try to make a difference in expressing himself about his own dealings with mental depression. It's something other players need to do, and it opened the door for the likes of Kevin Love and also Kelly Oubre to talk about their issues to the public as well.
Deep left corner, Rudy Gay. And the finish at the rim.
I'm not sure that wasn't an offensive foul, but take it when you can get it.
And they call the foul. Jay, he was there too late.
You see this all the time. The defensive players establishing his presence on the court and also checking to see how far the refs are going to let him go.
And he connects on the first free throw. Able to convert on both free throws.
Get it, shoot it again.
Jay, coinciding with Tim Duncan being taken #1 in 1997. 21 straight years the Spurs have made the playoffs. Last year, as tough as any for them to crack the top 8.
And when this team didn't get Kawhi Leonard back, I thought there was no way that they would make the playoffs. And for this team to finish one of the 7 teams vying for 6 spots, that goes to show you how talented of a coach Greg Popovich is. And at the beginning of the year, Ed, I told you without Leonard on the court, that a lineup of Paul Gasol, LaMarcus Aldridge, Rudy Gay, DeJounte Murray, Manu Ginobili, Tony Parker, and Kyle Anderson would be the 7th seed in the West and make the playoffs. Would you have believed me?
It takes a great conductor. San Antonio ball. DeRozan with a shot off the mark.
And that's how you close out on a shooter with a sense of urgency. The shooter was more worried about his landing space than he was the shot.
Finishing inside the paint on that one.
Clearly not afraid of the spotlight here because that was not an easy look.
DeRozan with the basketball. They're down 3. To Aldridge. To DeRozan. Short jumper off the mark. Joe Ingles to Rubio. Oh, great pass, setting up the basket. Now whistle. San Antonio is going to use a timeout. They'll catch their breath in what's now a 5-point game.
Shops, including the fan favorite throwback jerseys. Get one for yourself before they're all gone.
Shifting gears. Here come some substitutions.
Number 18, Marco Bellinelli.
Has a look. Wide open look, won't go. Joe Ingles. Mitchell. He made his first effort, but not that time.
Shooters shoot, period. I don't want to hear any excuses. That's why you're on the floor. You keep doing what you're doing with that superior confidence.
And it's turned away by Gobert. Donovan Mitchell with the rock. Cashes in for 2.
That's what I'm talking about, Ed. It's that simple. Put the ball in the bucket.
And that's reject.
Whoa! Get that out of here.
Message sent, Jay. Rudy Gay. Knocks it down from mid-range.
Might have had an extra dribble or two there, but he got the shot he wanted.
Rubio into the front court. Up 5. Mitchell matched up with Bellinelli. Fires the 3. Jay, another one goes down. They're right where they want to be.
Exactly. Next play, you have to turn around defensively and get in the stance and actually keep that same kind of tempo. And look, no disrespect to Dwayne Casey of Toronto. I mean Detroit, because he was the coach of the year for Toronto, even though he got fired. But for Greg Popovich to lead this team to 7th place in the Western Conference with 47 wins is beyond me. I do not understand how he is not the coach of the year. When you have a guy like Manu Ginobili, who is older than me, and he's able to lead this team to where they were last year, that says everything you need to know about Pop.
One thing, Jay, you're not 40 years old yet, so that's good. And 2, they had to reinvent how they did things last year. Kawhi Leonard played barely 10 games last season, so they found a way to do it. Then you add DeRozan. I'm so interested to see what this Spurs team is going to be. Yes, you lose Kawhi, but you never really had him last year either. Donovan Mitchell with the rock. Yes, and the foul, and a chance at 3 coming up.
The offense has very little to lose on those type of plays if they know they can, number 1, create contact, and number 2, still get the ball up. You need to assert yourself fully on the defensive end by initiating the contact and not allowing the offensive player to get that ball above his waist.
Donovan Mitchell at the line for a chance at a 3-point play. For his career, 80% at the line. The free throw, perfect. And the lead is up to 7. To DeRozan. LaMarcus Aldridge. 2 for 2. That's what you want.
LA has finally accepted that post position down low on the block. What I mean by that is when he first got to the Spurs, he had Tim Duncan, and also throughout his tenure, he's had Dwayne Dedmon, where he hasn't had to be that anchor. He is a mid-range assassin and also somebody that has an array of moves on the block. If you confront the post, potentially double the post, make him a passer, or if he's on the perimeter, force him to put the ball down on the ground, you might have a chance to stop the big man.
DeMar DeRozan with the basketball. Screen coming. DeRozan goes reverse to lay it in.
In the paint, you need to finish just like that.
Here's Rubio into the front court. Leads 5. Deep right corner, Grayson Allen. And the 2. Rudy Gobert cashes in.
I love the drive to the basket there. Instead of trying to go around or over, go through.
And the rebound taken by the big Frenchman, Gobert. To Allen. Gobert. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a 3-point play.
So many times we get on the defender for quote-unquote letting the offensive player score on an and one. Sometimes there's a lucky bounce, but more often than not, it's the offensive player who makes the play happen despite the defender's best intentions.
It's DeRozan. You gotta get up on that. To Patty Mills.
Hey, big screen right there, big screen.
Aldridge, the shot won't go down.
And as a shooter, this is when you start to second-guess your shot. You've had 3 wide-open shots that you just can't put through the net, but still, keep hunting your shot.
Here's Rubio up top. Just under a minute to play here in this opening quarter. Lets it fly from long range. That's off the side of the rim, short. Mills in possession. Margins 8. To DeRozan. Aldridge. Going to launch beyond the arc. Not going down here. Oh, and a putback.
You can finally see this team starting to get their rhythm and their groove offensively. This is a good run to get them back in the ballgame.
Mitchell up against DeRozan. Nothing going here on that drive. From the outside, no good.
You see, this is something that everybody has, but some people choose to use it or not. I'm glad you choose to use effort on getting around those screens.
19-footer at the buzzer. First quarter's complete. Jazz have the lead.